Marcus Freeman, coach. About 3 months you guys have been here. Is it starting to settle in, starting to get comfortable and push forward with this thing as you guys are now finally out on the field?
Yeah, it's been good to, 3 months built and finally have practice 2 under our belts. And, it's a long process. And we got a long way to go, but our guys are slowly every day making steps towards where we want to get to.
What was that first 3 weeks like when Coach wasn't here yet and you and Coach Phillips were kind of holding down the fort and doing 70 jobs at once and trying to get this thing, get the foundation laid? What was that first couple of weeks like for you?
It was chaotic. Our number one objective, one, was to meet as many guys as we could, but a lot of those guys were home for Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
But then we went to recruit. We knew recruiting is going to be the bloodline of this program, so we got on the phone with as many guys as we could and tried to recruit our butts off.
Were you surprised at the response you got from kids about Cincinnati, or was it more doors open than you thought, or what you expected? How did that work out?
Being from Ohio, I have a high respect for University of Cincinnati, so I wasn't surprised. I know some others were surprised at the response we've gotten, but I know there's great football here in the city of Cincinnati and the state of Ohio, and those guys that we recruited, and we were just excited to get some of those guys, those great players, on board.
Talk about this defensive staff. It's like an all-star team. The guys that yourself and Coach Washington on the younger side, and Coach Danuta and Coach Fernandez a little bit on the older side, and a great experience. What's this group like? What's that room like with you guys, coming together as a team?
Yeah, it's a wealth of knowledge out there. You talk about Coach Martinez and Coach Danuta, guys that have been in the coaching profession for over 30 years each. And me and Coach Washington, we're stealing from them. We're picking their minds. They give us their opinions, and at the end of the day, we walk out that room, we're all on the same page. But it's a great room with a great mixture of experience, of knowledge, of personalities. It's a big difference in personalities, but at the end of the day, we're all working for the same goal, and it's a lot of fun, and it's hopefully going to produce a good product.
This is you're the defensive coordinator. This is your show, but how much do you lean on the guys with 30 years experience and say, teach me everything you can teach me?
Tremendously. This isn't a one-man show. It is a 4-man plus the head coach show. We're all in there trying to figure out what's best for our guys and what's going to help us. What's going to help put us in the best position to be successful, and it is a true collaborative effort. We are all in this thing together, and at the end of the day, we're going to decide this is what we're doing, and we're all going to coach it the same way.
Talk about the guys on the field. You've had a couple days now, had a chance to look at them on tape for Monday. What are you seeing in terms of what you've got returning and what you think these guys can be able to do on defense?
There's some guys that have experience, and you can tell, guys that have been out there, guys that are comfortable, and then there's guys that don't have experience. And we got to gain that experience in these 15 practices. And that's not a lot of practices, but we're trying to get these guys as many reps as we can to get them confidence and to get them to understand how we want them to practice. They haven't been coached the way we want them to practice. That's just our philosophy. We want them to practice a certain way, and the expectations we have for them, we got to get them to understand and to actually do on the field.
Linebacker room, and they only played with 2. Is it depth a concern for you, and then trying to build some of these younger guys? You've got some freshmen that don't have that experience, trying to build them up and get ready to have that depth?
Yeah, we have depth. We have 8 guys right now in the room. We need to get experience. I don't know exactly right now until you start putting on the shoulder pads and starting going live and seeing who really will put their face and hit somebody. Right now you got some inexperience in the room. So that's what I want to see here over the next 15 practices. Hey, who can we count on? Game experience is game experience. You can't help that.
Right.
But you can see, hey, who's on the field, who's doing exactly what you want them to do, and who at the end of the day is going to be a football player, and it's going to help your defense be productive.
Talk about the scheme. What's your defense going to look like in September when the bullets start flying for real?
We'll be multiple. There's not going to be one thing we do, but we will have a foundation. We will base everything we do off effort and attitude, and that's what we tell our guys. We're not going to try to out-scheme our opponent. We're going to do what we do. We're going to play really fast. We're going to play really hard. We're going to believe in the culture that we're implementing here, and hopefully at the end of the day, it's really good defense. We're going to believe and we're going to die tackling. We are going to tackle every day and understand that's the most important thing, other than your effort and attitude. The most important fundamental that we have a defense have to improve at and have to be really, really good at.
Coach Danuta loves to blitz. Is he in your ear telling you, let's blitz all the time?
We have similar personality. You know? Coach Rick's the same way. You know, we all want to be attacked. Now, that doesn't mean we're always going to be blitzing.
Right.
You know, but you do have to keep the offense on their toes and show enough pressure and be able to play your base coverage or coverages and, you know, hopefully be multiple in what you show, but at the same time be simplistic enough that your guys can play fast.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right,
Good stuff, man.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.